Ever wondered what the best way to clean your blades and router bits is? Well, today I'm going to show you how. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of DP Shop Talk. Now don't worry, this video is not shot in the shower. We're back in the shop and fully clothed again. So today we're going to be taking a look at how to properly clean your saw blades and router bits. Now a lot of times people think that their blades and bits need to go out for sharpening when in fact they're just dirty. So by cleaning your blades and getting all that pitch and burnt resin off of them, it keeps them running cooler, which makes them last longer. And also, when your blade gets dirty, it starts to cause more chip out and all sorts of problems. So keeping them clean is really essential. So it's a pretty basic process. I use an industrial strength cleaner from Lee Valley that's specifically made for cleaning blades and bits. And I use a pan that you would use for changing the oil on your car to catch the oil, just because it's a really convenient size for saw blades, some rubber gloves, and some brushes. So I'll bring the camera in a little closer and we'll get started and I'll show you how it's done. So I start off by just pouring a little bit of the blade cleaner into the pan. You don't need a lot. And then take the blade and drop it in. Like I mentioned, I wear rubber gloves. You can't see my face right now, but I always wear safety glasses just because you don't want the stuff splashing in your eye because it is kind of corrosive. So what I'll do is just kind of work the blade around. Like I said, you can get away with only using just a little bit if you move the blade around. So what you want to do is let it soak. Now I usually use a toothbrush to scrub it down with. If you have something that's really stubborn, a brass bristle brush will work as well, but I would kind of reserve that for the very most stubborn resin and pitch. Usually you can get away with just a toothbrush, which is obviously a little softer and a little kinder to the blades. So if you take the toothbrush and start to kind of scrub it a bit, you'll see a lot of the pitch come off just by doing that. And also by doing that, it really spreads it around the blade, so it'll start to kind of work up a bit of a suds and start to remove all the pitch. So what I'll do is let that sit for a few minutes, and we'll come back to it, scrub it down, and then I'll show you how to rinse it off. So it's been sitting for a few minutes now, and just in the interest of time, I scrubbed down the other side of the blade. And I also threw the router bit in there, and so it's been sitting. So with the router bits, you just want to clean the actual cutters and kind of in the flutes, and then usually the ends of the bits get kind of gummed up with burnt on resin since they heat up quite a bit. So just make sure that all around the cutter is nice and clean. So for the blade, what I like to do, in addition to scrubbing down kind of the two faces of the teeth on each side, is just take the toothbrush and just go at the actual cutting face of each tooth and you work your way around the blade. Now, like I say, I've already done that just in the interest of time. So this blade is all scrubbed down and ready to be rinsed off. So I'll show you how to do that and then we'll get it dried. So welcome to the deep dark recesses of the DP Shop Talk shop. Say that 10 times fast. So once the blade is cleaned, then it's just a matter of rinsing it off. So you want to make sure that you get all the cleaner off both sides. And I just give a rinse around all the teeth too to make sure that there's no suds left on the teeth. So now that it's rinsed off, we'll take it back out in the shop and I'll show you how to properly dry it. So to dry the blades, I just use a shop towel. Make sure you get into the arbor hole. You don't want any water sitting in there, especially if you're putting the blade right back onto the saw. You don't want any rust happening. So just dry the faces and then kind of dab it onto the teeth. Get as much water off as you can, both sides. Once it's as dry as you can get it, then I like to just use a hair dryer and just get any extra moisture off, concentrating on the teeth and any slots in the blade. Make sure there's no moisture left in there. And if you don't have a hairdryer handy and you have a heat gun in the shop, then a heat gun on low will accomplish the same thing. So as you can see, it doesn't take much to get your blades cleaned up and keep them running at their best. This one was pretty gummed up and had a lot of burnt on resin when we started, and now the teeth are good as new. So that will give some extra life to the blade before it needs to go out for sharpening next time. So like I mentioned earlier, keeping your blades and your bits clean really extends the amount of time between sharpenings and their overall life. It doesn't take a lot of effort or time to do, and it really keeps them running at their best. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, make sure you leave your ideas, questions, and what's worked for you in the comments below. Let's get some shop talk going. So thanks for watching, and until next time, let's talk shop.